Well, hello. I'm making a few review videos over the next couple of weeks. I mean, basically we're in lockdown in the UK, and although I'm getting out and doing a few walks here and there, I've been accumulating quite a bit of kit. I suppose like all of us, we're sitting at home, get on the laptop or the computer, and we end up spending money. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to review my latest purchase, which is a hard shell camera case. I bought it to house my two of my cameras, and that's my DJI Pocket 2 and my DJI Osmo Action. So what I'll do, I'll bring you in a bit closer, and we'll have a little quick run through of the case. Right, well, this is the MAX004S. The case is rated to IP67 or 67. What that means is the IP stands for ingress protection, and the 67 basically it means that it is dust proof, and it can be dropped in water to a depth of 1 metre for 30 minutes without any water entering the case. So it's pretty tough. So what I'll do now, I'll get the case open, and we'll just have a run through of what I've got in there. It's a customizable case. You pick the foam, or as I do, I scribe the foam, and you put your accessories and cameras in exactly where you want. So right, get the case open, and then we'll move on. Okay, there's the case open. Before we go into how I've customised it and what I've actually put in there, I'll just go through the dimensions. The outer case is 35 centimetres long. It is 23 centimetres width, and it is 8 centimetres or 8.6 centimetres deep. That equates to 13.8 inches by 3.3 inches by 9.6 inches. The foam, the cuttable foam, there's two sections of foam which I'll show you in a minute. They're each about 1 inch deep. So you've got two layers of this. Obviously this is the top and there's one underneath, and then there's a slight piece of foam underneath that, so you can cut through both. But again, I'll explain a bit more about that in a moment. Right, as I said, I've customised it to suit myself. So what I have actually got in here is I've got my Pocket 2 in there. I've got my Osmo Action. I decided to leave it in the case rather than try and cut a space for the outer case. This is what I call my odds and sods little drawer, and I put I've cut the piece of foam out, cut the piece of foam that I removed, so I can actually put a little lid on that. I've got that down on the floor. I've got the Pocket 2 phone connectors in there, a couple of spare batteries for the Osmo Action, there's one in there, the extendable stick, or selfie stick as some people call it. This is my wireless transmitter, my mic for the Pocket 2, because I bought the Creator Combo kit, and this is a must with the Pocket 2. It's a tripod mounted power bank, so that literally goes on the selfie stick. Yes, it adds a bit of weight, but the point is at least the Pocket, I can run the Pocket probably for, it would be equivalent about 6 or 7 hours. The added thing about the weight, although the gimbal's really good on that when you're walking, because most of the time when I'm using this I'm hiking, so you still get this up and down motion, but with this and the selfie stick, what it does, it takes a bit of that out because I'm holding it away from my body a bit. So it's sort of beneficial, although it's a bit heavy going on the arm. After a while I have to keep stopping. Right, so that's my little kit layout. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my components out and I'm going to go deeper into the case and show you. Oh, one other thing, I've got my wide-angled lens just pushed in there. There is a space for that inside the Pocket. I am going to do a review on the Pocket very shortly, but probably the next one actually. It's magnetic and it goes underneath the actual gimbal in the case, but loads of people have been losing them. So I've decided no, it's going in the case, and then if I'm using the Pocket and I want it on there, it goes on there. It's not staying in the protective case. SD card holder, you know, the large one, so I can put the micro SD card in. I only customised this last night, so I'm probably going to have, I've got my filters here for my Pocket 2. I may actually slot them along there. I've got my filters here for my Osmo. I may do, you know, I've got in it what I need now. The rest I'm going to carry in a very small sort of dry sack, which won't be weighing much. Other accessories to connect the cameras to the bits and bobs. But yeah, so I'm going to customise it more. So now what I'm going to do, get all my components out and then dig deeper into the case. Here's the case with all my both of my cameras and my accessories removed. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the foam out, and like I said, that's an inch thick. I believe that's 25mm. And if you may be able to see it, if you look closely, you can see where the foam is scored. What I did, they say pick, so you can pick it. Obviously there's 2 layers, 1, 2, but I scored it with a sharp kitchen knife and then carefully picked it out. It takes a bit longer, but it's worth it. So now, as I said, there's another 25mm or inch underneath, and then under that, that's pretty thin, but there's a thin layer of protection there. Obviously there's protection in the lid as well, dimpled foam. Now what I was going to do, if necessary, if something's quite deep, like I was going to put the Osmo Action triple battery charger in here, which would probably have been about that size, but it would have needed to go down the full depth. I've decided not to take it, because if I'm taking one in the Osmo, 2 spare, power bank probably in my bits and bobs bag, you know, with the other accessories. I may have another power bank, so I don't really see the point in carrying that. It's only going to charge 1 battery at a time, and I can do that with a lead and a power bank. But what I may do is, and the other thing is, if you cut into this, I was going to put some bits and bobs in here, so I was going to say, like, okay, what I'll do, I'll set the filters in there and the filters in there. Yes, it's a bit fiddly because it means you've got to take the top components off to get to the bottom. But the problem with that is, imagine my hand is the foam. If you have it there, then what will happen is when you're putting your components back into the top foam, it'll be sitting on the plastic. So it doesn't really work. It's okay if it's one component going all the way through. But what I may do is, just off of where the, say, like for argument's sake, the Osmo Pocket is, I may set the leads, my spare cables. So I'll have some cables just laying on top and have a couple of spare cables underneath. So just a few sort of odds and sods spare bits in there, in between here, so along here, you know, along there, along there, along there, so they don't interfere with all the components that are going in the top. Right, so let's put that back. Hinges seem pretty good. Obviously, I've not actually been out with it. Last night, all I did is I just worked out what I wanted in it. I mean, it's fully customisable. It's up to you. I've seen people put guns in them. I personally don't go out filming with guns. The catches, they seem absolutely fine. The actual hinges are pretty good, and the pins are nylon. So they've not put sort of metal or stainless pins in. They've kept everything sort of the same, and it does look very rugged. I'm not planning on testing it in water. I'm not going to drop it in water and leave it for 30 minutes. This will come with me when I'm in my car and then I'm walking off to have a shoot, so I think generally I'll be taking out what I want to use and then leaving the rest behind. But it may actually, when I'm kayaking, it may come out the whole thing. And what I won't need to do is put it in a dry bag. Although I don't know, I may do, but what I'm saying is I could take this on my kayak. My kayak is 16 foot long, or 373 centimetres, plenty of room. I paddle on my own, so I could actually take this out, knowing full well if it drops in the water and it's tethered to the kayak, all I've got to do is lift it out of the water, and in theory all my equipment should be absolutely fine. So let's just do the catches up. So there you are. I mean, you can see the size of my hand. I've actually got quite big hands, but in comparison, it's a nice little case. Let me say little. It's a good size. and I do like the fact it's customizable. I believe, I'm trying to think how much it was. I think it may be something like £30, £29 something. However, what I will do, I will put the link in the description on the video. Well, I hope you found this little review of the MAX case, hard shell case, interesting and of use. As I said in my introduction, what I am doing is planning on doing a series in between my walks, just doing a series of kit reviews. I've picked up quite a bit of kit. There's pros and cons with the Pocket already, the DJI Pocket 2. There's definitely some cons with the Osmo Action, and I've had that for about 9 months. So what I'll do, I'll start off with the newest and work back. So I think the next review will be my DJI Pocket 2, and it'll be absolutely honest appraisal. I've been out twice. I will tell you, it's a great little camera, but a few of the things I wanted it for, particularly because I'm using it mainly for hiking because of its size, are not quite panning out at the moment. So please, you know, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and then you can keep up to date, keep up to speed with my review videos. Okay, so that's it for now. Hopefully see you on the next video. Bye for now.